I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
My name is Isaac, and I've been hunting the Pennsylvania woods for 13 years. I think that the experiences that you have and the memories that you make when you're hunting is really something that's just priceless. So that's why when I started seeing my brother's hunting videos last year, I realized that this self-filming is just the perfect way to relive those experiences and never forget the memories. So a big thanks to my brother for getting me started on my self-filming journey. I'm really enjoying it so far. I hope you guys enjoy the videos as much as I enjoy making them. I'm really excited to be a part of the Meat Hunters team. I think there's going to be some good content over there. So thanks to them also for giving me the opportunity to join them. And with that said, let's get into my first hunt. Opening morning got off to a fast start when a young buck stepped out of the cornfield and was heading my way. After hearing this buck in the cornfield, I grabbed my bow and I was holding it at my side, and I didn't realize it was blocking the view of my camera. I'll definitely have to be more careful with this going forward. That buck was tough to pass. But it's hard to fill your tag on a buck you're not sure about on the first day. I only had about 10 or 15 seconds to decide, and I just decided not to take him on the first morning, so that might come back to haunt me later in the season, but we'll see. After my brief encounter with a buck in the morning, I decided to hunt a field edge nearby for the evening hunt, and deer were on the field early. At this point, I thought this was just a group of spikes, but I didn't realize that one was a doe and managed to slip right through my shooting lane. Luckily, another doe was coming towards my shooting lane, but as she walked through, one of the spikes in the fawn kept me from getting a clear shot. Despite my poor attempt to let my bow up quietly, the deer continued feeding in the field out of range. This hunt already started out with a pretty good lesson for me. If you haven't hunted in a tree stand for a couple years, make sure you check all the straps and everything before you climb in it. I stepped on there and I was getting everything all set up, and next thing I know, I'm starting to sink. Got about 4 inches down and I grabbed hold of the ladder, and I managed to get the straps hooked back up and everything hanging onto the ladder, but that was not my idea of a fun way to start the hunt. But anyways, we're all set up now, so it is Tuesday, October 6th. It's a little warmer than Saturday, and the stand I was in Saturday evening is about 60 yards maybe straight in front of me. All those deer I saw come out in the field were about 45, 50 yards from me. But the trail they came out on is just right here in front of me, maybe 15 yards. So if they do the same thing as they did Saturday, I should be able to send some rage through the cage. Got a southwest wind, which is pretty good for this spot. It's blowing out into the field, so they shouldn't smell me, at least until they're out there, so hopefully I can get them on their way and we'll be good. But with that little fiasco I had at the beginning there, it's getting a little late in the evening, so I'm gonna shut up and enjoy the hunt now, so we'll see what happens. Once again, deer were on the field with nearly 2 hours of legal light left. With less than half an hour remaining, I spotted a mature doe coming up the path towards the field, and positioned the camera on what I thought was the trail. That was a real big doe. She just piled up right there. She only ran about maybe, I don't know, 40 or 50 yards. I didn't do a real good job of getting her on camera after I shot. I'd Actually, I'm not even sure if she was on the camera, but I didn't see her coming until last second, so I just hurried up and put the camera where I thought she was going to go and took a shot when she got in my shooting lane. So now the work begins. Here's my arrow. It's a clean pass through if I've ever seen one. Sticking pretty firm in the ground right where I shot. And there's blood all over the whole arrow. Should be able to reuse that arrow. But it's time to go start gutting her and get her hung up to cool down a little bit because it's not getting too cold tonight. Well, that couldn't have gone much better, really. After that weird start to the hunt where the stand almost fell out from underneath me, it turned out pretty good. Got about a 15-yard shot on her. I think it was double lung, so she fell down maybe 40 or 50 yards. The arrow's just painted red with blood, stuck in the ground right behind her. Yeah, got her all, got it out. All that's left now is to hang her up and skin her out. Meat for the freezer. Doe number 1. It is Friday, October 9th. We're back out here looking for deer number 2. I'm set up where I was the first morning, next to the standing corn, where that young buck came through early in the morning. It's a very warm evening, there's not much wind. It's probably 65, 70 degrees. We're hoping to catch him coming up here to get something to eat before dark, so stay tuned and we'll see what happens. That was a pretty good buck. It's about 250 yards out though. He could work his way over here, but we'll have to see what happens. He stepped into the weeds, so we'll keep our eyes open. Got about half an hour of legal light left, and the mosquitoes are not making it easy. I think there's another little buck out there now. What a great way to end the week. That was a pretty nice buck that I was definitely planning on shooting if he would have came in, but it was at least nice to get to watch him out there for a little while. He came the whole way from 275 yards into 50 or 60 yards, but yeah, that was just a really nice evening, and we might run into him again, you know, with the rut coming up or something, or maybe even a bigger buck or just another shooter. But yeah, that's a wrap on week 1. We got 1 doe in the freezer, a couple more doe tags and a buck tag. So yeah, a lot more good hunting ahead of us.